All right, take your seats, folks. Welcome to the toughest assignment of your careers. The explainer we're going over today is strictly restricted to level 4 containment specialists and above. And trust me, there is a very good reason for that. We're here to talk about a Keter-class threat that literally throws the rulebook out the window. I need your absolute undivided attention here because with this specific anomaly, a single slip-up in our operational security doesn't just mean a minor localized breach. It means a very fast, very visceral death for you and everyone around you. Right off the bat, look at this O5 Council directive. Let it sink in. No information regarding any specific location on Earth is to exist on this file. We are dealing with an entity that actively feeds on geographic awareness. The exact second you know where it is already too late. I'm dead serious. When it comes to SCP-4885, ignorance isn't just bliss. Ignorance is literally the only armor you have. Okay, let's dive into this and break down exactly what we're up against today. We'll start with the threat profile itself, then we'll look at its info-hazardous kill vector. After that, we'll cover a procedure inventient UCM, run through a pretty grim case study with MTF-Chi-19, and finish up with the Location I protocol. So, Section 1, the threat profile. Let's talk about what this thing actually is. Forget the usual monsters lurking in the shadows. SCP-4885 is a Keter-class anomalous humanoid, and it leverages human cognition, specifically childhood recognition, right against us. It bears a really deceptive, almost mocking resemblance to the main character of that old Where's Waldo puzzle book series. But please, do not let that pop culture association fool you for a second. This isn't some harmless cartoon come to life. Its true nature is vastly more insidious than some ink on a page. Just look at the physical deviations here. On the surface, sure, the outfit is identical. You've got the horizontal red and white striped shirt, the bobble hat, the blue jeans. But if you get close, which you hopefully never will, the horror really sets in. SCP-4885 has this exceptionally pale, almost corpse-like skin, and worst of all, a complete lack of eyes. It's a grotesque mimicry of an innocent figure, perfectly designed to catch your attention, just long enough to end your life. Alright, moving on to Section 2, the info-hazardous kill vector. Listen closely, because understanding this specific mechanism is absolutely paramount to your survival. Now, what's really interesting and utterly terrifying about this slide is the sheer brutal efficiency of how it attacks. SCP-4885 doesn't track you by sight, and it doesn't track you by scent. It hunts by knowledge. If you learn its exact location, say a street address or GPS coordinates, the entity instantly phases right into the nearest wall. It completely bypasses all physical distance and teleports directly to you. And I mean directly. It manifests straight inside your esophagus. It reaches up through your mouth, grabs your jaw, and literally pulls itself completely out through your body, completely destroying your spine and internal organs on the way out. Once it's done, the strange, anomalous yellow liquid secretes from the victim's mouth, just completely coating the remains. And the nightmare actually doesn't stop when the victim dies. That yellow liquid, it transforms the body into what we designate an SCP-4885-1 instance, basically an anomalous corpse. The victim's skin gets completely covered in these incredibly complex puzzle illustrations, just like the actual books. You can't remove them without flaying the skin entirely. But here's the real kicker, the secondary info hazard. If anyone learns the location of one of these corpses, SCP-4885 will teleport to them and execute that exact same lethal process all over again. The bodies themselves turn into localized traps. They weaponize geographic awareness to just keep spreading the entity's reach like wildfire. So that brings us to Section 3. How on earth do you contain an anomaly when simply knowing where it is triggers a catastrophic breach? Well, you use Procedure Inveniant EOM. Procedure Inveniant EOM is our logistical nightmare of an automated system. It's designed to keep this thing perpetually hidden from literally everyone. And yes, that includes us. Here's how it works. We have a network of 36 Class 17 containment chambers, all loaded onto completely self-driving vehicles. We take a single D-Class subject and send them to one of these chambers totally at random. Inside, a monitor flashes SCP-4885's exact GPS coordinates to that D-Class. Because the D-Class now knows the location, the entity immediately teleports to them, executing them, but effectively trapping itself inside that specific chamber. From there, disguised trucks randomly shuffle these chambers between different Foundation sites every 2 hours. Not even the containment team knows which truck actually holds the anomaly. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of our paranoia. 216. That's the number of fully prepared, inactive backup chambers we have to keep on standby at all times. Why? Because if the system has a glitch, or if some random civilian accidentally figures out a truck's route, boom, instant breach. The automated procedure has to immediately wipe the slate clean and reset with a brand new D-class. Because of all this, our operational security has to be absolute. If you're ever stationed near one of these disguised chambers, do not even think about approaching within 100 meters. The warning signs will usually say something about a water leak or a biohazard. Ignore your curiosity. If you try to access or investigate it, automated site overseers will trigger an immediate forced visual investigation and you will be terminated from your position. They will wipe your memory without a second of hesitation just to keep this thing in its box. To really grasp why we go to these extreme lengths, let's look at Section 4, the case study of Mobile Task Force Chi-19. This is a prime example of a catastrophic intelligence failure, and frankly, a grim cautionary tale for any of you going into the field. MTF Chi-19 was deployed to an abandoned house to retrieve a completely unrelated anomaly. They had zero intel on SCP-4885. While sweeping the area, Operative M3 noticed an anomalous drawing on the wall. He literally radioed in saying it looks like crayon, looks like Waldo. They were completely oblivious that they had just walked right into the hunting grounds of a Keter-class entity. The fatal mistake happened just moments later. Operative M2 found some text written on the wall in an unknown language. He pulled out a Foundation translator and read it out loud. Well, the translation explicitly stated that the corpses from a children's book were in the basement. And by revealing the location of those corpses, M2 unwittingly armed the infohazardous kill vector. The entity manifested immediately, tearing M2 apart from the inside out before he could even finish his sentence. So, the crucial point is what happened next. Total chaos broke out. The entity started slaughtering the squad, and a panicking Operative M3 got on his radio to command. He literally broadcasted their exact coordinates, begging for backup. By shouting out that location over the comms, he didn't just doom himself, he doomed the entire surrounding Foundation site that received his transmission. The site had to go into an immediate lockdown, while the entity systematically hunted down and eradicated every single staff member who heard the broadcast. That right there is the true cascading danger of SCP-4885. That massacre proved without a shadow of a doubt that human containment of those secondary corpses is completely impossible. Which brings us to our final section, the location in protocol. Lead researcher Andrew Pent realized something critical. If a human knows where a corpse is, the Foundation dies. So he took humans entirely out of the equation. We now use an advanced AI, FAR2.AIC, which is integrated into 80% of US and 40% of global CCTV networks. When this AI spots a new, anomalous corpse, it dispatches specialized Foundation carrier drones. These drones pick up the body and fly it via completely secure routes to a singular, unrecorded dumping ground. This site is known only as Location I. The AI is literally the only entity on the planet that knows those coordinates. But here's the catch. An AI requires an initial human programmer. Someone had to actually establish Location I in the system, and that was researcher Pent. Once he activated that algorithm, Pent knew he was a walking, talking breach risk. So as he outlined in his final proposal, he exiled himself. He went to a remote location that, as far as the Foundation was concerned, ceased to exist. He basically sat alone in the wilderness and just waited for the anomaly to find him and take him. He made sure the exact coordinates of Location I died right there with his mind. Pent's final sign-off is a really chilling reminder of the cold, hard reality of the work we do here. He wrote, "No need to pray for me. Instead, pray that you never find Waldo." That man's sacrifice is the absolute only reason the Foundation, and honestly the entire world, isn't currently drowning in an unstoppable chain reaction of lethal teleportations. He built a flawless, closed loop of automated containment, and he sealed the door using his own life. Which leaves us with one final, incredibly dangerous question. Where is Location I? The drone flight paths are completely scrubbed. The AI's memory banks are heavily encrypted. The man who built the entire system is dead. That massive graveyard of anomalous bodies is out there, somewhere, quietly growing. But I want you to look at that question on the screen right now, and I need you to internalize this one absolute truth before you walk out of this briefing. Merely attempting to find the answer is an absolute, unavoidable death sentence. Do not look for it. Briefing dismissed. This concludes today's briefing. If you wish to maintain your current clearance level and ensure continued access to the Versarian database, a subscription to this channel is mandatory. Secure your connection by leaving a like on this file, and log your requests in the comments section below to dictate which anomaly we unseal next. Stay vigilant and expect your next set of logs every day. Secure, contain, protect.